people, and welcome to another episode of Random Rambling. This is the second video in a row. I just finished filming the previous Random Rambling, which was me doing makeup. And yeah, so if you're interested in that video, because my bare face was in there, click that video, go watch it. Okay, so this time we're not going to talk about makeup because actually my statistic contains a majority of male instead of female, so actually I don't know why I did a makeup related video, but anyway, I should not assume people's gender with their interest. Okay, things are getting a little weird. This video is going to be in Cantonese because I have been lazy ass for speaking in English in order to avoid making subtitles for, I don't know, a month. So I'm sorry for that, and yeah, I'll be talking in Cantonese in like 3 seconds, so yeah. 咁呢條片呢，就係關於一啲你可以話係文化差異啦，咁就係一啲我喺韓國嗰一邊讀書嘅時候嘅經歷啦，然之後同香港嘅生活文化做對比啦。唔好咁緊張住，我唔係嚟唱衰呢個香港或者韓國嘅，所以係啦，收埋你個 keyboard 先，係啦，唔需要收埋或者收埋你個手指公先，係唔需要即刻留 comment 嚟鬧我嘅。係一啲生活上面嘅習慣嘅唔同啦，可以咁講啦。咁既然講到生活嘅話，就由衣食住行講起啦。係，如果你係第一次睇呢條片嘅話呢 ，hello， 咁係啦，少少 background information 啦。之前呢，我就試過喺韓國讀過3年左右嘅書啦，但係唔使緊張，我係仲識講廣東話嘅，我係唔會唔記得點樣講廣東話嘅。For those of you who don't know, there was a meme in Hong Kong going around because some YouTuber or influencers, I don't know, some YouTubers did some very silly things saying that they forgot how to speak Cantonese after spending 3 years in Korea. So yeah, just an FYI, I'll switch back into Cantonese right now. 等我攞返份貓紙出嚟先，等陣我有事寫低咗喺度啦。咁首先就由衣食住行，即係着衫食飯住同埋交通4樣嘢。由着衫講起先啦，着衫就係首先韓國同埋香港嘅氣候係唔一樣嘅。香港冬天嚟講，就算點樣凍呢，都唔會跌出0度，係啦。其實5度以下都好少見㗎啦，通常都係10度或者最凍都係10度樓下嘅啫。即係 around 6到10度啦，最凍已經係凍到啲香港人已經係 panic 㗎啦。咁但係喺韓國呢，我諗除非你喺釜山啦，釜山我諗都仲有一個零上嘅度數啦，但係就算喺首爾都好咧，首爾都係零下幾度咁樣嘅。而我返學嗰個地方咧，京畿道咧就更加係可以去到零下16度嘅，最犀利嗰次係啦，係會因為太大雪而返唔到學或者放唔到學咁樣嘅。好啦，講咗咁耐冬天就係，雖然韓國嘅冬天係凍過香港嘅冬天好多，但係最近開始先至有多啲韓國嘅年青人開始着羽絨呢一樣嘢，係啦。但係對比香港人就係香港人，我上個禮拜已經見到有人着羽絨，20度着羽絨，攝氏20度着羽絨咯。唔該晒。 香港人對羽絨係有一種好奇怪嘅情意結嘅，係啦，羽絨係可以拯救世界嘅。Bear Grylls 出到去Alaska 係完全咩都唔需要，只係需要件羽絨就得㗎。我諗類似係呢一種心態啦。咁係羽絨啦，香港人好中意羽絨，韓國人唔太中意羽絨啦。但係氣候方面，韓國係需要羽絨多啲嘅。好多韓國嘅女孩子都係非常之勇猛嘅。點解呢？冬天嘅時候呢，一對肉色嘅透薄絲襪就可以抵禦強烈嘅寒風。落雪嘅時候，仲係有好多韓國嘅少女係着住一條非常之短嘅網球裙加一對絲襪咁樣就行出街㗎啦。凍就着翻條褲啦。咁第三樣關於衫呢一方面嘅我嘅個人經驗啦，就係好似韓國好多人咧對於撞衫呢一樣嘢係冇咩特別感覺嘅，覺得冇所謂。咁撞衫係乜嘢？就係你着緊一件衫同其他人着嘅衫一模一樣就叫做撞衫。一模一樣 twinsies 咁樣咧就叫做撞到嘭嘭聲㗎啦。對於好多香港女仔嚟講，我諗甚至男仔咧，我唔知啦。撞衫係一樣唔太好嘅事嚟，你唔會想同一個人，尤其是唔識嘅人着一模一樣嘅衫，所以係咯。但係唔知點解好多韓國人都好似唔介意。所以點解你譬如你只要行出去一啲比較流行嘅區域啊，即係明洞啊、弘大啊之類嘅地方，你就一定睇得到呢一季興乜嘢 pattern 乜嘢衫啊，就係譬如橫間嘅話，大家都會着橫間，係啦，係好好笑嘅。或者可能即係我比較奇怪啩，我唔知啊。好啦，講完着衫就講下食嘢啦。咁亦都唔需要我去講話韓國人係食泡菜，香港人唔食泡菜呢啲咁無謂嘅嘢啦。如果大家都係出街食飯嘅時候呢，其實韓國嘅餐廳嗰個 menu 入面呢，啲 item 數量係比較少嘅。好少見到有韓國嘅餐廳係有多過50樣嘅 items 喺上面，但係喺香港嘅茶餐廳呢，通常你喺香港去茶餐廳食飯呢，你會見到唔係一張 menu， 唔係一張 menu 有兩邊，而係有幾張 menu， 每一張都有用住，睇下先，每一張都寫滿晒字。而嗰個 font size 應該係10咯，係啦。而嗰一度每一樣嘢都係一樣 items 嚟嘅。咁然之後嗰一個咧係恆常有嘅 menu 啦。然之後另外再會有早餐 menu 啦、午餐 menu 啦、下午茶 menu、晚餐 menu， 甚至乎有啲會有宵夜 menu。咁對於一間香港茶餐廳嚟講，提供多過200樣 around 200樣嘅 items 應該唔係好難嘅事嚟。但喺韓國反而就好少呢一類餐廳，咁佢哋賣嘅嘢食就比較專啊。我唔知點樣形容，即係譬如嗰一間鋪頭佢淨係賣炸雞嘅，咁佢就淨係得炸雞。你唔會食得到，譬如烤肉咁樣啦，冇話邊樣好邊樣唔好嘅，睇下你個人即係 preference 係乜嘢啦。咁除咗 items 之外，另外一樣嘢咧就係喺韓國食飯咧，出餐廳食飯咧，一間餐廳裏面除咗汽水同埋酒同埋果汁之外咧，係冇其他飲品類嘅嘢嘅，所以就會有啲怪啦。你一係就飲水，一係就飲酒，一係就飲汽水咁樣咯。通常喺香港嘅茶餐廳咧，佢提供嘅食物咧都會有一個 飲品跟住個餐嘅，即係一個 set 嚟。所以我諗呢一樣嘢就影響到大家食完飯之後去邊一度呢一個文化啦。因為韓國人好多時候食完飯都會去飲咖啡，因為你喺餐廳飲唔到飲品，所以就要去完餐廳再去飲嘢。但係香港人唔同，香港人喺餐廳係飲到嘢㗎嘛。咁所以去完餐廳之後，香港人通常就會去食糖水。糖水係喺香港甜品嘅另外一個名啦。基本上準確啲嚟講，糖水就係中式甜品，即係嗰啲好似 soup 咁樣嗰啲嘢，但係甜嘅。即係香港嘅餐廳好少會食埋 dessert 先走嘅，所以去第二個地方專門食 dessert 就係香港人嘅習慣。仲有咩？Hello there. It is I, the editor Ceci from the distant future of 2 weeks later. So now you're going through some Inception crap. See, I am editing the video that you were watching like a few seconds ago. And look at this thing. I mean, can you see it? Please focus. So you can see it's like 11 minutes in post editing, and I just finished the second part, you know, the part that you were watching like up till this moment. So that's why I'm going to make this a two-parter, and I'm so sorry to leave you in position of like kind of a cliffhanger, although I know it's not that interesting to call it a cliffhanger. And my arms are tired because I have to hold this thing myself now. Sorry for you to take a glimpse of this mess that's called my room. And so I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video up to this point. Leave a comment down below if you have any things you want to say, like similar experiences, interesting stories and stuff like that. Also leave a like down below if you find this video enjoyable or interesting. Yeah, subscribe to this channel for more Cantonese tutorial, random vlogs like this one, possibly with less this kind of shaky footage, I guess, as well as time-lapse drawing videos of random stuff. Yeah. Hit that bell button notification thingy so that you can see my face whenever I upload. Yay! And I'll see you in the next video. Bye! It's so tiring.